You felt it before you even clicked. That pull in your chest, that whisper in your spirit saying, "Pay attention." This is not random. You were meant to be here right now, in this exact moment, reading these exact words. The universe did not accidentally guide your finger to this screen. Heaven interrupted your day for a reason. And whether you believe it yet or not, your life is about to shift in ways you cannot currently imagine before you scroll past, before you dismiss this as just another message. Pause. Feel what is happening in your body right now. That tightness in your throat, that warmth behind your eyes, that knowing in your gut that something significant is unfolding. Your soul recognizes truth, even when your mind has not caught up. You have been walking through a season that made no sense. The pain felt random. The delays felt cruel. The silence felt like abandonment. But nothing about your journey has been accidental. What you are about to discover is not motivation. It is revelation. This is not content designed to make you feel good temporarily. This is prophetic truth that will reframe everything you thought you understood about your story. You did not find this message. It found you. And it found you now because heaven has decided the time for your awakening has arrived. Thursday is coming, and by the time it gets here, you will finally understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. Chosen one, you have walked through seasons no one witnessed. You have smiled through silent battles, endured through misunderstandings, and carried weight others could not see. There were moments you believed you were forgotten. Moments the silence felt like abandonment. You wondered if anyone noticed your tears, if anyone heard your prayers, if anyone cared about the burdens crushing your chest at 3 in the morning when the world slept, but you could not. But heaven was never absent. Heaven was preparing. Every hidden season, every unanswered prayer, every question that echoed into emptiness has been recorded in eternity. The Book of Psalms reminds us that God keeps our tears in a bottle, that every sorrow is seen, every struggle is known. Nothing was wasted, nothing was ignored. What felt like abandonment was actually appointment. You were being positioned in the secret place so your public emergence would carry undeniable authority. You have always sensed you were different. From childhood, you felt things before they happened, carried emotions that were not your own, saw meaning in moments others dismissed as coincidence. You walked into rooms and felt the weight of unspoken tension. You knew when something was wrong before anyone said a word. You dreamed things that later came to pass. You were called weird, too sensitive, too serious, too deep. But that was never weakness. That is not sensitivity. That is spiritual sight. You were designed to perceive what remains invisible to most. While others see surfaces, you see beneath. While others hear words, you hear hearts. While others walk through life at ground level, you have been given vision from a higher perspective. The reason your life has not been easy is because your calling is not small. Jesus declared in Matthew chapter 5 verse 14, "You are the light of the world." A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. That light within you has been burning even when you could not see it yourself. Even in your darkest moments, when you felt dim and powerless, that light was still there, still glowing, still disturbing the darkness around you. The enemy saw it. He has been trying to extinguish it since the day you were born. But what God lights, nothing can snuff out. The countdown has begun. The silence you have been experiencing is not emptiness. It is anticipation. Heaven is holding space, waiting for your alignment. Thursday is not random. It is a divine marker placed in your timeline. Something will unfold that week, something that confirms what you have been sensing, but could not yet articulate. The confusion will begin forming patterns. The scattered pieces will start revealing the picture, and you will understand that none of it, absolutely none of it, was without purpose. You might wonder why Thursday specifically, why not today, why not next month? Because divine timing operates on precision you cannot see from your current vantage point. Every day before Thursday has been preparation. Every moment leading up to it has been strategic positioning. When Thursday arrives, you will be exactly where you need to be, with exactly the awareness you need to have, ready to receive what heaven has been holding for you. It is not about the calendar date. It is about the culmination of process. Think of a seed planted in soil. You cannot see what is happening underground. The waiting feels endless. But beneath the surface, roots are forming, strength is building, life is preparing to break through. Thursday is your breaking through the soil moment. What has been developing in darkness is about to emerge into light. And when it does, everyone will see that the delay was not denial. It was development. If this is resonating deep within your spirit, let me know. A simple like on this message is more than a click. It is an agreement with heaven that you are ready to receive. Share this so other chosen ones can find their way to this moment before their window closes. Comment 777 below, the number of divine completion as your sign of alignment. These small acts carry spiritual weight. Your response creates momentum in the unseen realm. When you engage, you are not just interacting with content, you are activating spiritual reality. Chosen one, you were never meant to be ordinary from your earliest memories. There was a quiet knowing, an invisible pull toward something greater. You felt it when you were alone in your room as a child, staring out the window, sensing there was more to life than what you could see. You felt it in your teenage years when everyone else seemed content with shallow pursuits, but you ached for meaning. You felt it as an adult, when success in the eyes of the world still left you feeling empty because you knew you were made for something deeper. Others called it restlessness. Some labeled it discontent. A few suggested you were never satisfied, but heaven called it purpose. You were fashioned with precision, sent into this world to interrupt cycles of darkness. Your difference was never a flaw. It was always your assignment. The very thing that made you feel like an outsider was the thing that qualified you to be a change agent. You were not designed to fit in. You were designed to stand out, not for attention but for impact. You were not created to echo what has already been said. You were created to speak what needs to be heard. The misunderstanding you have faced exists because the language of your soul does not translate easily to those who live only by what they see. You have felt unseen, undervalued, sometimes unloved. People misread your depth as moodiness, your silence as aloofness, your caution as coldness. They could not understand why you would not laugh at certain jokes, why you would not engage in certain conversations, why you pulled away from environments that felt spiritually toxic. But that ache you felt was evidence of something deeper at work within you. That discomfort in certain spaces was discernment. That inability to ignore what others overlooked was spiritual sensitivity. Every rejection redirected your path. Every delay prepared you. Every time you were overlooked, heaven was setting the stage for your emergence. The people who rejected you were actually protecting you from partnerships that would have limited you. The doors that closed in your face were keeping you from paths that would have destroyed you. The relationships that ended were clearing space for connections aligned with your destiny. You have asked why your road must be so difficult. You have wondered why others seem to glide through life while you fight for every inch of progress. You have questioned why their prayers seem answered immediately while yours echo in silence. You have felt the weight of that comparison, the sting of that inequality, but that question itself is sacred. The struggle proved your assignment carries weight. Hear this clearly. Easy paths produce shallow people. Comfortable journeys create weak character. Quick success builds shaky foundations. But the road you have walked, the one marked by hardship, resistance, and delay, that road builds unshakable strength. You are being forged in fire. What emerges from that process cannot be duplicated by those who never entered the flames. The spiritual resistance you encountered was not random. It was warfare over destiny. Darkness recognized your potential before you did. Hell held meetings about you before heaven revealed you to yourself. The enemy saw the blueprints of your future and panicked. He attempted to bury you beneath discouragement, isolation, and confusion. He threw depression at you. He sent anxiety to torment your mind. He orchestrated betrayals to break your trust. He whispered lies about your worth to make you quit before you started. Yet you remain standing, wounded. Yes, tired. Absolutely scarred. Undeniably. But standing, that alone is victory. The fact that you are still here, still seeking, still believing, despite everything designed to destroy you, that is not luck. That is supernatural resilience. That is divine protection. That is evidence that greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. Your origin is not of this world. You came through human lineage, but your blueprint was written in eternity. Before your mother knew she was pregnant, before your father chose your name, before the first cell divided in the womb, heaven already knew exactly who you would be. You are not here merely to survive. You are not here to blend in, fit in, or fade into the background. You are here to establish light in places where darkness thought it had permanent residence. Every season of brokenness, every scar you carry, every quiet triumph no one celebrated has been shaping you into the vessel heaven will now use. The things you believed disqualified you were qualifications in disguise. The mistakes you thought ruined your chances actually taught you mercy. The betrayals you thought destroyed your trust actually taught you discernment. The failures you thought proved your inadequacy actually taught you humility. Nothing was wasted. Every painful lesson had purpose. The Spirit spoke through Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I set you apart. Pause on those words. Let them settle into your spirit. Before I formed you, I knew you. That is not metaphor. It is your reality. You were known before conception, chosen before recognition, anointed before your first breath. Your purpose is older than your pain. Nothing you have lost can erase what was decreed before time began. If heaven knew you before you were formed, then every season of your life has been watched, guided, woven into divine tapestry. Your childhood trauma was seen, your teenage confusion was noted, your young adult struggles were recorded, your current battles are known. And all of it, every single piece, is being woven together for good. Even your mistakes were anticipated and repurposed. What the enemy meant to shame you, heaven will use to elevate you. The very experiences that broke you will become the platform from which you speak life to others. The pain that nearly destroyed you will become the proof that redemption is real. Your scars will be your credentials. Your survival will be your testimony. You were never outside divine reach, never forgotten, never random. You are entering the phase of remembrance. Heaven is recalling every word spoken over you, every promise written in your book of destiny. The veil that kept you hidden was not punishment. It was protection. The world could not handle your full light yet, but the unveiling is near. You are not waiting for favor. Favor is waiting for you to realize who you are. Can you feel it? The battle around your mind has intensified because your attention carries spiritual weight. Every distraction lately has been strategic warfare. The enemy cannot destroy what God ordained, so he aims to divide your focus. He knows if he keeps you looking at noise, you will miss the whisper. He floods your timeline with controversy. He stirs up drama in your relationships. He creates financial pressure. He magnifies every minor inconvenience until it feels like catastrophe. All of it designed to keep your eyes off what matters most. But heaven is speaking now, cutting through static, calling you to reclaim awareness. You must pull back from the chaos and center yourself in truth. Your peace is your power. Your stillness is your strength. When you are frantic, you are vulnerable. When you are calm, you are dangerous to darkness. Strange delays, emotional exhaustion, sudden conflict, moments of detachment from everything good. That was not coincidence. That was resistance because revelation is approaching. Have you noticed how right before breakthrough, everything seems to fall apart? Right before promotion, chaos erupts. Right before clarity comes, confusion intensifies. That is the pattern of spiritual warfare. Darkness grows desperate when breakthrough draws near. The closer you get to your moment, the louder the attack becomes. But here is what the enemy does not want you to know. The intensity of the warfare reveals the value of what you are about to receive. Hell does not waste resources attacking people going nowhere. It attacks people approaching destiny. The magnitude of your battle is proportional to the significance of your calling. When the pressure increases, it means you are getting close. You were not chosen to drown in distraction. You were chosen to discern it, to recognize when the storm is not meant to stop you, but to expose what tries to hold you. Every attack that comes against your mind is actually revealing the tactics of your enemy. Every distraction that tries to pull you away is showing you what hell fears most. Pay attention to what you are being distracted from. That is where your power lies. The enemy fears your focus. When your eyes fix on heaven, your spirit commands authority. The act of believing becomes warfare. That is why your peace was attacked. That is why clarity was shaken. But this week, before Thursday arrives, you are being called back to stillness. Silence every lesser voice that has attempted to drown the truth of who you are. Paul wrote in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, "Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against powers of this dark world, and spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms." You are not fighting people. You are not battling circumstances. You are confronting invisible forces that tremble when you remember who stands beside you. Do not fear the warfare. The presence of the fight confirms your purpose. The more intense the opposition, the greater the calling on your life. The enemy attacks what carries value. You, your heart, your mind, your mission, all carry eternal significance. Heaven has not forgotten you. The pressure you feel is proof you are nearing breakthrough. Guard your mind, protect your peace. Silence every inner voice that whispers you are not enough. You have been equipped for this battle. The strength inside you is not your own. It is divine fire clothed in flesh. Every time you rise again, heaven celebrates. Every time you choose prayer over panic, you defeat darkness without realizing it. If you are feeling this message in your spirit, take a moment to subscribe. This is not just content you consume and forget. This is a movement of awakening where lives are being transformed, where people trapped in darkness are finding light, where the broken are discovering they were never beyond repair. By staying connected, you join a family of light carriers across the world. Your presence here matters more than you know. Every person who subscribes becomes part of a network of awakening. When you hit that button, you are saying, "I am done walking alone. I am ready to connect with others who understand this journey." You are joining thousands who have also felt different, who have also walked through unexplainable battles, who have also wondered if anyone else experiences life this deeply. You are not alone. You never were. And if you feel moved to support this work, know that every seed of generosity keeps these messages reaching those who desperately need to hear them. There are people scrolling right now in their darkest hour, one step away from giving up, who need to hear that heaven has not forgotten them. Your giving ensures that message reaches them before hopelessness convinces them to quit. This is not about obligation. It is about participation in something greater than yourself. When you sow into this ministry, you are sowing into every life it touches. That single mother crying in her car, feeling like a failure. That young man battling addiction, believing he is beyond redemption. That widow grieving alone, wondering if life has any meaning left. Your generosity ensures they hear the words that could save their life. That is kingdom mathematics. One seed, infinite harvest. Your $10 might seem small to you, but to the person whose life changes because they heard this message, it is priceless. You are not just giving to a channel, you are investing in the healing of souls, the awakening of destinies, the restoration of hope. Every dollar becomes a lifeline thrown to someone drowning in despair. Thursday is approaching. The moment you have been prepared for is almost here. Heaven has been positioning you through every trial, every tear, every triumph. The testing was not to break you but to build you. You were being forged in fire so you could carry glory without being consumed by it. The refinement hurt, but it was necessary. What is ordinary cannot contain what is holy. Think of gold in the furnace. The heat does not destroy, it purifies. Every impurity rises to the surface to be skimmed away. What remains is precious, rare, valuable. You have been in the furnace. Chosen one. The flames you walked through were not meant to end you. They were meant to reveal what you are truly made of. And what remains now is pure gold. The prophet Malachi described God as a refiner's fire, sitting and watching over the process, never leaving, never forgetting, always knowing the exact moment when the purification is complete. He has been watching over your process. Every moment of heat had his eyes upon it. And now the refining is reaching completion. You are about to see why it all mattered. The delay you experienced was not denial. It was preparation. Heaven does not move on your timeline. It moves on divine timing, and divine timing is always perfect, even when it feels painfully slow. The wait taught you patience. The silence taught you trust. The loneliness taught you dependence on the one who never leaves. You have been trained in the wilderness for your moment in the promised land. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before leading the Exodus. Joseph spent years in prison before becoming second in command of Egypt. David was anointed king, but spent years running from Saul before taking the throne. Your waiting is in good company. The gap between promise and fulfillment is where character is formed. Heaven was not withholding from you. Heaven was building within you. Thursday will not bring magic, it will bring clarity. It will not erase struggle, it will reveal meaning. You will begin to see the thread that connects every chapter of your story. The pain will start making sense. The delays will show their purpose. The losses will prove to be redirections, and you will realize that what looked like a maze was actually a map leading you exactly where you needed to be. Your story is not ordinary because your origin is not of this world. The same God who called light out of darkness is calling destiny out of you. This is not about striving, it is about surrender. You do not chase your moment. Your moment has been appointed to chase you. All you need is to believe heaven has not forgotten your name. The crown being placed upon your life is not made of material things. It is woven from endurance, humility, and faith. You have become what heaven intended. A vessel of light, shaped by the fire of purpose. There is new calm within you. Steadiness born from storms survived. You no longer rush to prove yourself, nor fear heaven's silence. You have learned divine timing cannot be hurried, and every unanswered prayer was simply not yet wrapped in wisdom. The transformation is complete, though it continues to unfold. Glory is not a single moment. It is continual becoming. The grace that carried you through pain now propels you into peace. The warfare has quieted, but its lessons remain carved into your spirit. You have learned the rhythm of heaven, to move when it whispers, to rest when it commands, to trust when sight fails. You are fluent in faith now. Your vision has expanded. You see patterns where others see problems, purpose where others see pain. You have grown beyond reaction into revelation. The weight of destiny no longer feels heavy because you have learned to walk with it rather than fight against it. Every scar glows now, not as reminder of suffering, but as proof of survival. Peter declared in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, "You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare praises of him who called you out of darkness into marvelous light." These words are no longer distant scripture. They are your reality. You have been called out of shadows. Now you shine with light that darkness cannot comprehend. The world around you has not changed overnight, but you have. The same places that felt heavy now feel lighter because you walk differently within them. You move with grace instead of striving, with peace instead of panic, with certainty instead of searching. Heaven has not only marked you, heaven has matured you. Now begins the era of carrying, not chasing. You no longer seek validation. You are validation. Your very existence confirms heaven still works through surrendered lives. You are both message and messenger, proof and promise. The trials that once defined you have become the foundation on which your destiny stands. The crown upon your life is invisible to the world but unmistakable to those with spiritual sight. They will recognize the calm, the authority, the compassion that come only from walking through holy fire and emerging radiant. You are not the same, and you were never meant to be. If this journey has spoken to you, honor it with your response. Like this message as an act of agreement, share it as an act of awakening for others still in their darkness. Comment, "I receive it below," as your covenant with heaven. These are not casual gestures. They are declarations in the spiritual realm that you align with what is being released over your life. Chosen one, take a deep breath. You have reached the end of this particular message, but something in your spirit knows this is not an ending. It is a beginning wrapped in peace. You have walked through revelation, endured refinement, stood in the tension between promise and fulfillment. Every word, every pause has been heaven's reminder that you were never forgotten. You were always being formed. Look at how far you have come. The confusion that clouded your path has turned to clarity. The pain that felt unbearable has become sacred strength. You are living proof that divine timing does not fail, and what is written by heaven cannot be erased by earth. You are the story light tells when darkness loses. The world may never know the full weight of what you overcame, but heaven does. Heaven calls you victorious. The silence, the storms, the separations, the waiting, it all built this moment. You have become living testimony that endurance becomes elevation, that faith becomes fulfillment. Now let your heart answer this journey. Share this not for attention, but for awakening. Somewhere, another soul is in their silence, waiting for dawn. Your act of sharing could be the light that leads them home. Comment, I receive it as your covenant. Those 3 words are not casual. They say, I am ready, I believe, I walk in alignment with what heaven has declared. If this space has spoken to you, stay connected by subscribing. This is more than messages. It is a movement of awakening where heaven speaks through story, through stillness, through steady rhythm of truth. By staying, you remain part of a family of faith, a constellation of light spread across the world, each soul burning with purpose. And if your heart stirs to give, let generosity flow freely, not as transaction, but as translation of gratitude. Every seed of support ensures these words continue reaching the weary, the waiting, the ones standing at their own edge of breakthrough. Your giving keeps the light flowing. It ensures no one who needs this message is left in darkness, because resources ran dry. When you sow into this work, you are sowing into every life it touches. That is kingdom mathematics. One seed, infinite harvest. Chosen one. You are no longer who you were when this journey began. You are refined, reborn, radiant. Carry this light gently, speak with grace. Remember, the same God who began this work within you will complete it in beauty. The script ends here, but your story continues, written in faith, carried by grace, crowned with glory. Thursday is coming, and you are ready.